Chichi. Hey, el A cup. What's the A cup?
Hey, we're here. We're live now. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. And I got it all. I got everything all messed up today, man. So anyway, we're
Oh,
joined today by our special guest, the one and only Christopher Leija. What's up, Leija?
what's good, man? What's good? How you been, bro? Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New
Shit.
Year. And hopefully
20.
everything's been good with you and the family.
Hey, man, we're blessed, man. We're blessed. We're healthy. We got work. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. Nothing else matters, man. Just family, faith, and health, dude. That's it.
Yeah, pues Jimenez couldn't join me last minute, man. His dogs got out of the yard. Se fueron. He's trying to look for them, and now he's actually said that his dogs are like 10 miles away from his home. He's got them like chipped or whatever where he can track them. So he's meeting with the SAPD to see what they could do about retrieving his animals, man, his dogs, because dogs are like members of the family, man. So that's tough, dude.
It's rough, man, because you wanna clown on him. He calls them members of the family, but leaves them out during the monsoon and shit. And but nah, on the real, man, I hope he finds his dogs, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
they
I
got
hope he
out.
finds his dogs
Yeah, they got out. So he says maybe somebody stole them. Hopefully, whatever the situation is, he can go ahead and get his dogs back. But
for
we
sure.
got Chris Gonzalez joining us. He goes, "When is the race, Leja?" That's what me and Chris were just talking about right now, man. I've been trying to tell my boy Jimenez, man, the body doesn't work like it used to, dude. He's gonna pull up lame. That's why I'm so confident that I got a case of beer on my boy Leja here to beat Jimenez, in a race.
Hey, we could do a race for charity anytime, anywhere he wants. And if he wants, so he can have an advantage, I'll go pour concrete in the morning first with the crew. Afterwards, I'll go race him. That way he has a little bit more of an advantage in his favor.
Oh
But hey,
man.
after the race, we got to do the charity boxing match, bro. I
Oh
mean,
no, hombre, dude.
Twitter is asking for it, bro. And the people on the X, they want it. They want to see it.
No, man. Jimenez don't want none of that smoke, bro. Trust me, dude. He ain't no fighter, bro.
Hey, he says he's 1-0 in Fiesta
No,
fights. He'll
no,
put his
man.
1-0 record against my 67 and 15 record,
He,
man.
he ain't
I'll
about
take it.
that life. He ain't about that life, bro. Trust me, man. He ain't about that life. He don't know about the streets, brother. He don't. He don't want it, man. He don't want none of that smoke, dude. Lo vas a quemar a la chingada. One, it'll probably last 30 seconds, dude. He'd be done. You know?
Hey, somebody asked me if we were to do it, how long would the fight last? And I said, well, we could put a poll out for the people on X. Do you want me to finish him within one round, or
Half
do
a
you want me to
round.
take it the distance and knock him out the very last round,
No,
chingado?
you
That way
should
it's
let him go
entertaining.
though. You should let him go the full distance, dude. That way he'll just tap out himself. He's gonna throw in the towel.
Oh,
Don't
they're
do
gonna
that,
call him.
dude.
They're
Don't
gonna
put him
call him
out of his
no mas
misery.
Jimenez, no mas Jimenez, like
Yeah,
like no mas Milan, chingado.
yeah. Don't put him out of his misery. Make him work for it, dude. He's gonna be so tired. I no puedo. I can't
Ya no
breathe.
puede.
I can't
I
breathe.
can't breathe. I got pain in my chest and I can't breathe.
And you're gonna be in the corner there with your ring in the corner, and they're gonna be giving you pinche modelo. It's
Hey, I'm gonna
modelo
I'm
time.
gonna need El Jefe, man, to be the ring announcer too, bro. He needs to be
Oh
like
my
a
god.
buffer, dude.
Hey, so we
Mhm.
got Tim Gonzalez joining us too. He says, "What up, Joe?" Matt Lerma joining us, saying, "What's good, Joe? What's good, guys?" And Tim Gonzalez says, "The voice of the voices, Chris Leja."
I try,
Matt
man. I
Lerma,
try.
like the video. What's happening, Joe? What's up, man? Hanover Fist. Yeah, man. Well, I'm just going solo here with my boy Leja, man, because Jimenez, he's got some issues with his pets today, his dogs. But man, how about the San Antonio Spurs last night, man? Let's go ahead and talk some puro pinche Spurs a la verga, like you say, Chris. Right?
Puro pinche Spurs a la verga, bro. Hey, last night was one of those losses out of all the other ones we got. Hey, man, it was good to see the team, man, fucking flowing.
They
You know what I'm
played.
saying?
They played worth the damn, right?
They kept it close all game long. Then they took the lead. You know what I'm saying? And when that 4 minute mark hit in the fourth quarter, I was like, man, Wemby has to play the rest of the game. There's no way you sit him, because of that minute restriction. Fuck all that. Let him go and let him do what he does, man. And holy fuck, that dude put on a highlight show last night, man.
He
That
did. How about that
that
block he had on Giannis?
that block on Giannis, man, with the hand in his face, bro.
Yeah,
He got up there and he stuffed him at the rim. I mean that game as a whole, man. Vassell showed up again. He was back in action, man. He was the Vassell everybody loves to see. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Wemby put on a highlight reel, man. He put on a show, and so did Devin Vassell. Devin
Oh yeah,
Vassell fans been talking shit about him, for the last couple games. Oh, they paid him all this money. He didn't show up. And I've been saying, man, to me, he's just like one of the best, well-rounded players that the Spurs have. I'm like, you know what? Everybody else can go, but just keep Vassell and Wemby going. That duo right there. And you know
Yeah,
what, man? They went ahead and they put it on their shoulders, and they kept the Spurs in this game.
for
They
sure.
actually played at a high level. I mean, Devin Vassell, I mean, what did he finish the night with? Like 32 or 34 points.
I'm trying to pull up
And then
the stats.
Wembanyama, he had 27 points. He had 5 blocks in the game, dude. 5 blocks.
5 blocks, 9 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. I mean, he that's what he does, man. He fills the stat sheet.
Oh
Night
yeah,
in and
no
night out.
doubt.
That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. Trey Jones had a good game too, man. 18 points, 5 boards, 6 assists. And everybody, of course, is always shitting on the usuals. Sohan. He didn't have a
A good game, a great game.
he didn't have a great game, but I mean, when you put up 9 boards, you get 8 boards, 9 points. I mean, it's obviously you want to see more from him, but I feel like he's still trying to recover from that fucking bullshit experiment of playing point guard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, 5 dimes, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Champagne was the one that didn't fucking do anything.
Champagne.
Yeah, he had dope. He had 0 points, 0 boards, 2 assists, but I mean, other than that, he didn't do much. Keldon double 14-10. Can't complain with that. I mean,
Yeah.
overall, man, you look at the stats, and you look at the points put up. And Chetty Osman, 13 points,
Hey man, he
five.
was balling too, dude. He was playing at a high level. He was getting charges called against the opposing team, the Bucks. He was playing. He was all over the court, man.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like Chetty's energy, man. He is always like fucking up and down. You know what I'm saying? And
He's a
he
high
plays
energy
great.
player.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, man, because people want to keep shitting on certain players and saying let's get rid of them. Like me, I'm always gonna shit on Booty Crumbs Collins. Luckily for him, he's been out with his ankle. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But
they played a lot better without him in the lineup, bro. That should tell you something.
I didn't want to say none because they call different people different. The Sohan haters. I'm the Collins hater, bro. But I mean, look at how different everything's been playing out without him
Yeah,
on the
man.
lineup.
Look at all the
And
energy that they had last night without him in the lineup. I'm just saying, dude.
exactly.
You know?
You know, I mean, you want to say, he could be good somewhere else, maybe as a backup, but here for the Spurs, man, I just don't see it working out for him. And everybody always says, well, I had one guy coming at me saying, well, how do who are the Spurs going to trade? And people aren't going to want to just take picks. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, with the amount of picks that we have, why
Yeah,
not try to, get rid of a shit ton of those and
yeah.
try
The
to bring
Spurs
somebody in?
Spurs have a plethora of picks that are going to be coming up here in the next couple years. But for the foreseeable future right now, this team was to play with the same energy and the same intensity that they came out and played with the Bucks
Yes.
on national TV, on
Yep.
TNT, you know, that would have put them in better positions to win games. And the
Exactly.
thing is that they need to play the 4 quarters, the full 48
Yeah.
minutes. They can't just
Yes,
be
sir.
taking breaks here and there. Oh, let's go ahead and let this team go on a run. Look, man, you're playing against the Bucks. They have the Greek freak. I mean, he's going to do his thing. You can't stop him. And then
There's yeah.
you have Dame Dollar, who's still got some life left in him.
Yeah.
He's not looking to go ahead and retire anytime soon, and he's still got some game in him. And you got that good duo there with the supporting cast that the Bucks have. And you can see that at the end of the day, what it boiled down to and why the Spurs lost this game, it just came down to execution, especially in
Yeah.
that fourth quarter. And I remember hearing some of the announcers, as they were watching the game, they're like, "Oh, look at the Spurs and their inexperience," and it was showing because there was sometimes, in that fourth quarter and in the last minute or so, that the Spurs came down the court and immediately took bad shots. And that's one thing that they got to do better on. You just can't be able to just chunk the ball up. You got to go and pass the ball, look for the best, possible avenue to go ahead and score, especially against a good Bucks team. And Wemby knows that he's going to get double team, triple team. They're going to not want him to beat
Right.
them. and he's looking for his teammates. But the thing is, Wemby's really smart, really high basketball IQ. Great on him looking for his teammates. His teammates got to execute, and that's the problem with this Spurs team right now is that they're not able to execute consistently. While they were playing Bucks really well, for the four quarters there, high energy, great defense, not letting them get too far ahead of them.
Right.
The Spurs were always in that mix, even took the lead at times, but the Spurs, again, they're inexperienced and poor shot selection down the stretch and not able to execute in those big moments, when you have like a Trey Jones open up on the wing there for a wide open three and it just doesn't go down. That's just the nature of the beast. That just goes to show you right now that this team is still lacking some pieces. But overall, I'm not mad at
Yeah.
the overall effort. It just wasn't meant to be because you were playing a better Bucks team.
I mean, you're playing the second best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? And you saw the difference between that first game we played them where Wemby didn't play. I think the first game against the Bucks.
Tavares
And
says something good here, man. Barlow over Collins. Barlow goes for the rebounds and tries to defend. No lies detected, bro.
hey, Collins is a fucking traffic cone at times, man. When it comes to defense,
Yep.
I mean, that's just him. And I mean, hey, dude, you're not getting paid fucking cheap either. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know,
Hey,
the way I see it, man, is we need another big, in the mix. But Wemby playing at center is not terrible either.
it's not, dude. Hey, shout out here
Okay.
to the Drew Show, man. He's giving us a super chat, dude. $5 from the Drew Show, man. Appreciate you, man. He says, has Trey Jones earned his starting job back? Too bad Pop's routine at the press conference prevented local reporters from asking the question. I believe that Trey Jones has proved that the
Right.
Spurs play a lot better when he's in the starting lineup. As like Coach Pop, quit being stubborn and
Yeah.
make the right call. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why he even went it and experimented with Sohan at the point guard position. It just doesn't make any damn sense, dude. At the end of the day, do the right thing, dude. Put Trey back in the starting lineup. Give the team a chance to win. You saw what happened yesterday. That can continue, but Coach Pop is gonna pop, dude.
I hope not, man. I hope that he saw the way the game was flowing with Trey starting at the point and you know gets his head out of his ass, as a lot of people on X are saying. And man, the right thing to do is start Trey Jones at the point and let him do what he does. I mean, shit, man, good things happen when you have a actual point guard, playing and starting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think who was it? I think El Jefe, man, he posted something last night about Vassell's basically, in a way saying, "Hey, this is what happens when you have a point guard."
Hey.
Game. I'm trying to see if I can find
And that's
this.
the thing, man. That's one thing that I've said since the beginning of the season, even going back to last season. The Spurs, they need a true point guard, and Trey Jones is a true point guard, but they need another piece. They need
Yeah,
another piece that's going to be able to go ahead and be that prolific scorer. I mean, Devin Vassell, if he can go ahead and just play like this consistently, it's going to give the team a better chance to win. But the problem is, it's hard for Devin to play that way because, again, Coach Pop keeps on messing with these lineups. Let's go ahead and start this person. Let's start this person. You need to go ahead and just go with the starting five, stick with it, and
yeah,
see what they're going to give you. But go with the best starting five that's going to give you the best chances to win a game. And that we have yet to see that consistency. But Matt Lerman was giving me shit right now too, saying execute. I'm like, Matt, dude, I love my boy Matt, right? But at times he just comes off crazy, dude. Like he says, "Can we go ahead and execute?" And he's like, "Execute?" Like, well, he's always making excuses for the team. It's like, look, bro. I mean, I love you at times, man, but come on now. You know that the
yeah.
team has had opportunities to execute down the stretch and they have not done so. Even it
Yep.
doesn't matter what lineup they put in there. It's being able to knock down your open jumpers,
Open
knock down
looks. Yep.
open threes when you have opportunities to either win the game, take the lead, help your team. And we just have not seen that this team can do that consistently. Last night, what did I see after the Spurs game? Dude, I saw the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors go at it. The Golden State Warriors had an 18-point lead against the Denver Nuggets. Guess who made the game-winning shot as time expired? Nikola Jokic, dude, the Joker.
The Joker.
Dude, he made like a 39-foot three, dude. Money.
Yeah.
Money.
See, the other thing is, man, that shot that Trey had, it wasn't a forced shot. It wasn't a terrible look. You know, as they say sometimes fucking dudes get that bounce, man.
Yeah.
And fucking ball goes in. Because you look at some people take a shot sometimes, and you're like, oh, that's not going in. All of a sudden, it takes that fucking shooter's bounce, as they call it, and it goes in. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Last night when I saw Trey miss that one, I was like, God damn it, that sucks, because it was a good look. And hey, but on the real though, the way Wemby approached him afterwards,
yeah.
And I mean, I tweeted last night, I was like, it looked like he went up to him and was like, hey, no se agüite, cabrón. Like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you could still see, man, we're lacking experience, man. We need a veteran presence.
This is what I thought. It was Matt that was saying. It was a Drew show. He goes, execute. How about letting this lineup run for more than one game? Yeah, well, that's the thing. The lineup doesn't need to run for more than one game.
Yeah,
you know, that, like I said, they need consistency in that starting five, you know, and hopefully, you know, Coach Pop will go ahead and do the right thing and just run with the starting five that he had yesterday. Yep. And make, you know, let's go ahead and have Booty Crumbs Collins come off the bench, dude. He doesn't need to be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, no. I mean, the lineup we saw yesterday should be the starting lineup moving forward, because you have to let them, you know, keep building that chemistry and getting their shit together. And shit, man, I don't know, man. I'm not a basketball expert, you know, saying I'm just a fucking crazy ass fan that likes talking shit about the team, you know, shitty lineups or whatever. But and what we saw last night gives me hope, to say the least, man.
Look, somebody, John Williams is saying, Joe, do you think it's time for Pop to retire? Look, man, I love me some Coach Pop, man. I really do. You know, I think he's done a great thing for the city and for the organization as a whole, you know. But at some time, Coach Pop is going to wind up hanging it up. But the thing is, if Coach Pop does retire on his own terms, who's going to wind up taking the helm? You know, we don't know. There's a lot of question marks in that regards. I think the Spurs need to really start thinking about who's going to go ahead and pick up that torch once Coach Pop does decide to retire. Look, Coach Pop is trying to do the best he can with the talent that he has, you know, with what he has right now. And, you know, this is going to be a process, man. Let's be honest. Right. Even next season, it's still going to be more of the same. 3 seasons from now, going to be more of the same. The only hope that I have here is Wemby in his 4th year. Now the Spurs might be doing something, you know, but it's going to take everybody on this squad to get that experience. Right now, they're just a young, inexperienced team. Coach Pop has said that numerous times this season. The team is frustrating to watch at times because they play great, you know, for 2 quarters, then they just shit the bed in the last 2. They play great for 3 quarters, and they can't, you know, figure it out in the 4th. Yeah. So, I mean, it's the nature of the beast when you have a young team like this, and Coach Pop knows that. It's just Spurs fans, including myself, we're tired of the losing, dude. It's been 5 seasons already.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, man, is you know, before the season started, everybody was saying trade everybody, right? Like, make these
trade
moves.
Everyone.
I was on the side of the fence that was kind of, hey man, let's chill out, let's see what happens, right? Just to see what could happen. And then, you know, 15 games in, 20 games in, it's kind of like, man, all right, fuck all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this whole fucking back and forth of, you know, oh, we gotta be, man, look, man, being patient is one thing. You know what I'm saying? But 5 years of
losing.
And but the thing is this, man. It, you know, don't look at the previous 4 years before last, right? How the fuck did we get worse?
It happens on the defensive end, and the reason that the team got worse is that they went ahead and got rid of a lot of their veteran players. Look,
right,
you know, and that's what happens when you get rid of veteran players that have that experience and know how to play the game of basketball, and you have all these younger players, this younger core.
Right.
It shows. The inexperience shows a lot.
They don't know how to read the court the same way as somebody who's been in the league for, you know, 10 years. And that's the, you know, I always blame Brian, right? Because to me it's his job.
Yeah.
right? It's his job to bring in the pieces, bring in the talent, you know, and then Coach Pop could do what he does best. But if you're, it's like me, man. If I bring a fucking daily labor to my job site for my brother, and he doesn't know what to do, I can't blame my brother for that guy sucking. Well, I'm the one that brought him in with no experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It,
You're
it
gonna
falls
be
on
you're
it
gonna
falls
bring
on
a
me.
scrub to the game, you know? You're gonna
Exactly.
win.
If you bring poor talent, there's only so much a coach can teach,
Yeah.
right? There's a reason why a lot of people say certain players have that dog in them, right?
Yeah.
Certain players have that already in them. They have that drive. Man, you can coach a kid from 5 years old, you know what I'm saying, in any sport, and you can coach them every fucking day, every year, season after season. That doesn't mean they're going to be great if they go to college and play college ball. That doesn't mean they're going to be they can make it to the NBA. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's there's certain people that only have a certain amount of talent, and they have to find it within themselves as well to get better.
Man, Tavares says fire Brian Wright.
That's what I'm saying, man. And people say, "Oh, well, Coach Pop is president of operations," and I'm like, "Yes, I get that, but there's a fucking an order you have to follow." And if people above Pop are saying we want Brian Wright to fucking bring the talent now and do what he does, and Coach Pop has to be like, "All right, fuck it, you want him to do it? Cool, go ahead and do it." Maybe that's why Coach Pop is here taking all the heat. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the Spurs front office. I
Yeah.
have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But from what a fan can see from their own perspective, and everybody has a different point of view. The way I see it, man, I blame everything on Brian Wright first. I start off with him for doing shitty trades or not doing trades at all. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's going on right now? If there are even talks of bringing in any sort of player. You know what I'm saying? People are saying, well, why do it now? Why not wait till the off season? I'm like, to me personally, I'm like, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
If we can bring them in now in the month of January, that gives them February, March, April. You know what I'm saying? To work together, start building some more chemistry, and then see what happens next season. But you could wait till the off season. But I mean, I'm just saying, if nothing happens in the off season this year, at least bring in one veteran piece to kind of help these young cats out. Man, you think Spurs fans are pissed right now?
Yeah,
They're gonna
man.
be fucking. It's gonna be crazy next season.
Yeah, it's going to be more of the same next season. I don't foresee them making a lot of trades, especially at
Yeah,
the trade deadline. They're going to roll with what they have, and it's what's going to anger Spurs fans even more. Is you have a veteran and Devonte Graham who has seen little to no playing time.
yeah,
There's not a lot of interest in him. What's going to wind up happening with Devonte Graham more than likely is that the Spurs are going to wind up waiving him, so they're going
yeah,
to get absolutely nothing for him. You know, so that's the thing that angers Spurs fans, but it's the nature of the business.
yeah. That's the way it goes.
The Spurs have acquired, players through trade, in order to go ahead and get some picks, to
Right.
solidify what they want to do moving forward in the future. But with this plethora of picks, some of these picks are protected. So
Yeah.
meaning that you have to rely on the other teams that you made the trades with to go ahead and have losing seasons. And I don't know
Right.
if that's really going to happen. So now you're left in the situation where you can actually not have those picks moving forward. So
And then what?
yeah,
you, you,
exactly.
you
Then
know,
what? What's going
because
to
yeah,
happen?
some fans are saying, "Oh man, we got 3 first rounders this year, and 2, 3 the next year," and I'm like, "You're just getting younger. That's
Yep.
all you're doing.
You're
Is you're
not,
just getting younger.
yeah, you don't have that experience.
You want that in 5 years, maybe
Yeah.
6 years down the road, when Wimby's entering his his prime. You want to bring in some younger cats to kind of grow with him. You know what I'm saying? But right now, if all we're doing is getting younger and younger, and we're not getting any experience, and what are you gonna do with all these players? Send them all to the Austin Spurs,
Yeah.
and then what? Then you're gonna waive them, and then you got all these first round picks, and you drafted all these players just to waive them or get rid of them or trade them away to teams, and you get little to nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? And then at that
Yeah.
point, 5 years on the road, we're looking back now and saying, "Oh fuck, man, we should have definitely made some trades. We should have,
Yeah.
tried to get rid of some of these first rounders
And
back
here's the
then."
thing though, too, that Spurs fans are like, oh, the Spurs, they need to keep everyone they have, and they're the best at finding talent and developing talent. They might be, but they're also one of the worst teams in actually retaining that talent. because that
Yeah.
talent winds up going elsewhere. Even though the Spurs have invested all this time and all this effort in some of these younger players, they're no longer here,
Yep.
and that's the thing.
Lonnie Walker, Derek White,
Yeah,
Dejounte Murray. You want to throw Kawhi in there? I mean, there's a lot of players that have come and gone now.
they're not here.
They're thriving elsewhere. And what are we just the fucking farm for the NBA?
Yeah,
Develop these players a little bit and then send them off to go play somewhere else, and then they just get even better. I mean, that to me sounds like a waste of picks too. But
yeah, man, we're gonna have to see what they're gonna do. See, picks are attractive because the picks
yeah,
you can go ahead and combine those with maybe a player or two and
yeah,
actually trade and get some more veteran players on this team, or go ahead and trade and get, in other words, fill a position that's much
right,
needed right now. One of the positions that needs to be filled in a bad way is having a legitimate player who can go out there and guard the wing. A lot of these other teams have figured out that the Spurs just don't have a very good wing defender. So what happens is that the teams will go ahead and just drop threes on the San Antonio Spurs like nobody's business.
yeah,
And unfortunately for the Spurs, they're not a very good three-point shooting team, you know? So I mean it's the nature of things, is and it shows you where the actual team is at currently. Yes,
right,
there's some things that they got to work on. There's some positions that could be filled, but you have to go ahead and look outside and see who's available. Who are you actually going to go after? Who wants to play with this team? You can go
yeah,
after anybody. You can make a trade with another team who says, "Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and do this trade." But does that player want to play for the San Antonio Spurs? Because then it creates an issue. You go ahead and
right.
trade for a player. Yes, they're supposed to be professional, but do they really want to be here and play for a rebuilding team? Probably not. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly, man. I mean, people are gonna go where they feel comfortable, and if they don't like it, they're gonna find a way out. And that's in anything. That's in anything in life. You know what I'm saying? You're at a job
Yeah.
and you don't fucking like it. Guess what? You dumb fuck out. Go somewhere else.
Jesse
And
Alvarado says Primo set us back even more. But hey, man, who's the one that
hey,
handpicked that boy? Brian Wright.
yeah. And see, you would think with the amount of money these teams have to, I guess, fully do. I wouldn't say like background checks, but you know what I'm saying? Check the history of a person, see, where they come from, how they've grown up, if
Yeah.
there's anything there. You would think the Spurs would have spent some more money or, done some more research on these on Primo, but it is what it is, man. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, who would have thought
Hey,
that he would
man,
have been pulling on his wings
say what you
everywhere?
want to about Primo, man, but he just went ahead and got engaged. I saw that on Instagram. So
Oh
that girl
shit.
that he's been with, man, that's his ride or die. She's stuck with him through everything, bro.
I mean, you never know what's going on in somebody's house. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it sucked. What happened? It is what it is. Fucking, let's try to do better next time. I guess is really all we can do
Yeah.
right now.
But how many times has
But
that been already? Let's do better next
yeah,
time. Oh, we let this guy slip through our fingers. Maybe we'll do better next time. You know
yeah,
what's going to happen, man? You're going to go ahead and get into this, you know, situation here where the Spurs could be looking at a higher draft pick. I'm not saying that they're going to get number 1 or 1 through 5. They're probably going to wind up getting at least up in the top 10, top 8,
yeah.
for sure,
No,
somewhere around there,
for sure. Yeah, I
you
think
know.
I think this coming up draft. I mean, everybody keeps saying there's not a whole lot of talent in the draft, but I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not one to sit there and watch 100 different players from all these teams or across seas and whatnot. So I'll start watching them towards the end of the season, because it's getting closer to that draft time. I'll see what they if they're about the whole season. Who's that guy that everybody's talking about? Nikola Topic. He
Yeah.
he just busted up his knee or something. Um, just this week, I think he had moved to a different league and he hurt his knee, so he might be out for a few weeks. And that's about all I know of what's coming up in the draft. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know,
I
man.
have I have some guys that are really in
Yeah,
tune with what's going on within the draft, and one of those guys is a good friend of mine named Benjamin Bornstein, who works for Project Spurs, and I'm going to have him on, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen as far as draft picks that San Antonio
yeah,
Spurs fans should keep their eyes on,
yeah,
especially that we as the season weighs on and weighs on. But hey, talk right now that I heard is that I saw something on Bleacher Report, and it was saying top 20 or top 22 players under 22 or something like that. And I saw that they had Victor Wembanyama listed at number 1. So that's something there. And then there's chatter that Victor Wembanyama is still in the running, still in the hunt there, even though he's not in the very top, top 5, for example. He could still possibly make the All-Star team. Of course, he's going to be in there, as far as rookies and whatnot.
Right.
But
But for the actual All-Star game.
yeah. Oh, like Matt Lerman says, top 20 under 22. Yeah, there you go. So, that's something. Spurs fans, you want Wemby to go ahead and get into the All-Star game. You got to vote, man. You got to
Yeah,
vote more than once a day, twice a day, as many times as you can. Let's get our boy
retweet
in there.
everything, all that shit. Get him in there, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. Yesterday when the rookies of the month came out, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really, really, Chet? Like, what is he doing that Wemby isn't doing, and then some?
This
You
is
know
what
what
I
I'm saying?
tried telling the Spurs fans, but they got pissed at me. They wanted to go ahead and rake me over coals and whatnot. And I said, look, man, it's not that I'm hating on Wemby. The media narrative right now is that they're pushing Chet Holmgren, and they got mad at me. I'm like, I'm just the messenger, man. Look at what's going on out there right in front of you guys. Feed every time you're looking at
Right.
social media, every time you turn on the NBA on TNT, you're looking at ESPN. What are they talking about? Chet
Chet.
Holmgren. Chet
Yeah.
Holmgren. Wemby has better stats. Wemby is playing at a high level. The only thing is that Chet is with OKC, who has a better record. The focus is on Chet right now as far as leading the Rookie of the Year
But but how can you have him? You know, if you I mean, to me, Rookie of the Year is an individual
award.
award,
Yeah,
right? Like it's depending on one person.
it relies
Fucking
on the
Chet Holmgren,
votes.
Chet Holmgren has reliable teammates, and he has SGA, who some people have in the running for fucking MVP of the year.
Exactly,
So
dude.
how can you say that he's better than when? I mean, fuck. Could you imagine? I mean, in the hypothetical world, in universe fucking 728, that the Spurs started Trey Jones from the fucking get. You know what I'm saying? And how different would the team have been? With Ben, people be happy and be like, oh, okay, fucking Wemby, like you said, the media, because it's the
Yeah.
media that drives a lot of this shit too. Because people, fans of the league and fans of the Spurs, or just fans in general, are saying, hey, well, Wemby's putting up better numbers. He's
Yeah.
played less games. He has more, blocks. He has more this. He has more that.
They're
But
even
some way,
pushing the
somehow,
kid from Miami, dude.
oh, Jaime
Yeah.
Yaquez,
Yeah.
or what's the
They're
last name?
just
Yeah,
they're always talking about him, you know?
yeah. I mean, okay, that's the Eastern Conference. I'm not, I can't be pissed that Wemby didn't win the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Year, but in the West, I mean, I just don't see how you pick anybody over Wemby with everything he's doing,
With less,
But
he's doing
yeah,
more
with
with
less.
less.
Exactly.
So,
I
yeah,
get it, man. The
Wemby
record, the record reflects on a little bit, as well. But at the same time, man, it's like I said, man. I posted that tweet a while back. How many number one draft picks didn't have shitty fucking records at the end of the year? You know what I'm saying? They all had a lot of them had losing records. Some, of course, worse than others. And at the pace we're going, I saw a tweet earlier that said, Wemby might be the number one draft pick with the worst overall rookie record.
yeah.
But I'm like, well, it doesn't all fall on him. You know what I'm saying? This is not fucking golf. This isn't tennis where it's just one player only. This is a fucking team sport.
Yeah.
You can't just put it all on him. But
Look at
I
what
don't know, man.
Tavares says, man. He goes, the media are using efficiency as the big difference between Chet and Wemby. First time
Yeah,
I've ever heard people mention this when it comes to the award. Exactly. It's an individual award. It should be based on the actual production of said player, not on
right.
efficiency. When you're looking at the stats across the board, that should speak for itself as far as who is deserving of getting the rookie of the year. And right now, Wemby is beating Chet. Although
Yep.
it's by a small margin, it's not like, hey, he's beating them by like, 5 points as far as the differential goes as points per game and whatnot. They're
Right.
both putting up similar numbers. At the end of the day, Wemby is outperforming Chet. The only
Right.
difference is, as Tavares had said as well, Chet is on a team that has a winning record, and the media is enamored right now with OKC. That's all it
Yeah.
boils down to, you know?
No, for sure, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't win Rookie of the Year. Who knows, man? At the end of Chet and Wemby's career, we're all going to probably look back and okay, well, who had more championships? Who had more MVPs? Who had more this? Who had more that? Yes, it's an accolade we all want to see Wemby get, as Spurs fans, because we want him to be Rookie of the Year. And trust me, I'm gonna be just as pissed as anybody else if he doesn't fucking win it. But at the end of the day, man, hopefully in a couple more seasons, we see this team, take the next step and get better to where we're competing, for the playoffs and we're competing in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
until then, man, until then, I mean, it is what it fucking is. I mean, I'm just gonna keep enjoying what I'm watching, man. Seeing Wemby do an alley oop to himself off the backboard, blocking Giannis, blocking John Morant, blocking everybody that comes into the lane. Watching him do what he does, all these behind the back, moves and shit. I'm just gonna keep enjoying it, man, because it's fucking great to see this dude do what he does, man. He's one of a kind, so
Yeah, man.
I'm just enjoy it.
We're going to be able to enjoy what the Spurs put on yesterday. They did put on a great performance in front
Oh
of a
yeah,
national audience, and even TNT were, the host, like, Chuck, Shaq,
yeah.
Kenny, they were all giving the Spurs props for putting on a great
I mean,
performance.
they played a full 48 minutes. The entire game was competitive. It wasn't that usual third quarter where everything falls apart, where they bend and they break. They were bending a bit, but they didn't break. They stayed ahead of it, and they kept fighting. They kept it close, took the lead. At the end of the day, they lost, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
Man,
is.
Daniel Castro has me freaking laughing here, dude. Fire carnitas, not pop. Dude, Mike makes
Hey,
shit so
hey,
fucking
hey,
weird, bro.
hey, man! He keeps talking about age and shit. You know what? Fuck yeah, fire Mike. Bring me in, man. I'm younger than him anyway, so fuck it. I
Oh
might
my
do a better
god.
job than his old ass. Pinche carnitas puerquito.
Dad, damn, dude. I mean, when they gave him that nickname Carnitas and he's saying he's effing delicious, I'm like, bro,
Bro,
no,
that
man,
man said some
no.
shit, bro. That no, dude, no.
But
If you watch the video,
people don't understand that that's just Mike, bro. Like he's just
that's just
like
weird,
that.
bro.
He's just
He weird, bro.
he just
That
says
that
some shit, like damn.
and when he did Lowe's with Hefe, there's a still image of him biting his lip. Why is a grown
Oh
man biting his
man.
lip on he's on camera with another man? Like, oh come on, man, what are you doing? What are you picking about, bro? God damn.
Jimenez is gonna Jimenez, dude. That's what makes that dude.
That's right, dude.
That boy
That's
is
right.
funny, dude. But that's a thing is that we can go ahead and roast Jimenez and we could talk shit about him. But if somebody else came in here and be like, hey, what the hell y'all doing? You know,
Nah, man. I'm trying to recruit
new
new
talent.
cookers, new roasters, new talent yet to roast his motherfucking ass.
Oh,
But
he look good.
hey,
Look,
man,
Daniel
well,
Castro. He's
I
calling
gotta
Jefe
bounce, bro.
delicious. All right, bro.
Uh, I gotta get back to it, man. Gotta make sure I get this job done. Pour on Monday.
All right,
Maybe
man.
Monday I'll race him in this then. So I
Oh
gotta pour
Lord.
in the morning.
Yeah, man.
But
All right.
all
Well,
right,
appreciate you, bro.
yeah, man, for sure. You got it, bro.
Talk to you later.
All right, let's.
All right. So that was Chris Leija. He has to go ahead and leave us. He has to go ahead and get back to work. He's at the job site right now in his truck, taking time to go ahead and come out here and do the Alamo City Sportscast with us. Really appreciate Chris and him jumping on last minute. Hopefully, Mike went ahead and found his dogs. We do have some other sporting news that's going to be coming out here within the next, I guess, weekend or the upcoming weekend. We have a lot of things happening as far as NFL goes. A lot of games that actually mean something. Cowboys got to win to go ahead and control their own fate, and you have a lot of other games that are going to be coming out. So that's going to be a good weekend for sports fans here. I'm going to be working on Sunday, so I'm going to try to keep up with all these games. Unfortunately, I got a new schedule now where I'm off Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I'm trying to get a lot of things done here, man. It's a shame that Mike wasn't in the studio today because I actually was working on a lot of stuff last night as far as pushing out some new tech. So whatever Mike is seeing, as far as anybody that we have for that matter, that's at the podcast table, if they see a clip, if they see something they want to share with the audience now, if it's on social media, if it's on, Twitter or whatever, they can actually bring that into the show now. So we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to do that's going to be different. One of the things that we're going to wind up doing this season that's going to be a little different is we've had a lot of feedback from the fans, and some of them are wanting to go ahead and chime in, clap back at Mike sometimes for some of his bad takes. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and push the show to maybe a second hour. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and have the Alamo City Sportscast for 1 hour. And then immediately afterwards, we want to go ahead and join you guys on Twitter Spaces. So we're going to go ahead and have some discussions there. whether it be NFL talk, NBA talk, Spurs talk, whatever the hell we want to talk about. We're going to go ahead and have a spaces for that. So look for that to be coming up probably within the next week or so. So immediately after the show's ended, if you want to go ahead and join us for a second hour, we'll probably go on for another hour, maybe 45 minutes, and do Twitter Spaces. So that's going to be fun to be able to interact with you guys in a new way. And if those who are camera shy, they don't got to worry, man. You just go ahead and it's just going to be your voice. So it's going to be fun to go ahead and interact with you guys, doing something different. We look forward to also bringing our boy Brandon Medina into the mix as well. We are going to go ahead and start recording new episodes of the Two Shots podcast. We're going to have a plethora of guests come on, and you're going to see a healthy dose of myself, Mike Jimenez, and also Brandon Medina. We're trying to get El Jefe himself, Jeff Garcia, to come out in the studio with us. I'm going to be reaching out to some old friends of mine as well. See if we can go ahead and maybe have a Spurs React reunion here with myself, Carolina Teague, Gylan Jackson, and the great Chris Duell. I want to go ahead and work on that and bring that together because I miss my boy Chris, man. Chris Duell, he's been a very instrumental part in what we've done here as far as me growing personally, as far as being able to talk with people and do podcasting and get some of that radio experience when we're doing the Spurs React over at WOAI. So I miss doing that with Chris. I want to go ahead and have him on and get the Spurs React crew, the old crew, back running again here for at least one episode or two, and kind of just talk about the state of the San Antonio Spurs and see what Chris has to tell us. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and some other guests that we're going to be working on. We want to bring in some other people that you may have heard of, and we're going to keep that under wraps for now. But we'll bring some familiar faces and some new ones, so keep an eye on that. And look at Tim Gonzalez, Rose Jimenez as well on Spaces. Hey, you'll be there for that too, man. We'll go ahead and go on Spaces. Y'all want to clap back at my boy? Do it, man. It's going to be fun. So that's about all the time we have for today. I do got to do some other things. It got sidetracked a little bit with Jimenez looking for his dogs. Hopefully he's found them. I'm going to call him and check on him right after we're done here. But I appreciate everyone who's taken the time to interact with us. Big shout out again to the voice of the voices here, Chris Leija. Well, I appreciate you all support. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the Alamo City Sportscast on YouTube. So that's about all the time we have for today. I'll see you boys on Monday. We're out. Peace.